I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year. I trust you were able to find the time to celebrate the holidays with family and friends. Now, as the new year begins, and I contemplate a number of societal and organizational issues, I find myself being a bit reflective on several things. First, organizationally, this is a year of transition for me and for all of us. And I'm grateful for the progress we're making from a cultural, clinical, business, and leadership standpoint to fulfill our mission for our patients and all the communities that we serve. Societally, I at times am feeling a bit discouraged and increasingly disheartened by the growing divide in our country. There are countless examples that span social and political issues. Undocumented immigrants versus citizenship. Republicans versus Democrats and the resulting paralysis for our country. Me Too versus status quo. Law enforcement versus citizenry. And labeling and judgment versus tolerance and understanding. At times it feels like it's a us versus them mentality, and that can turn friends into adversaries, families into strangers, and at times results in conflict and senseless violence. And frequently that leaves many folks hanging in the middle through no fault of their own. Now, history proves that differing opinions and passion about those opinions can be constructive. But today this feels different. The divisiveness that has risen to a tenor where at times there's no room for compromise or collaboration. Yes, we're fortunate to live in a country where we can share our stories and have our voices heard, but how we do that is important. Now, I'm particularly reminded of that as we celebrate the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King. To me, there are some elements of these times that echo the turmoil that Dr. Martin Luther King faced as he led nonviolent resistance movements in the 50s and 60s for civil rights and equality. He dreamed of a better future, but he understood that positive change takes persistence, that unity begins with empathy, and progress requires participation from all of us. The beauty of that dream is that it included everyone. Now, we all know how it feels to be excluded. It's painful. We don't like it. That's especially the case when that exclusion is on the basis of race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or beliefs. Martin Luther King said, "We live in a nation where we should be judged not by the color of our skin, but on the content of our character." We all want to and should feel valued and have the opportunity to make a meaningful contribution wherever and however we engage. Now, all of you recently received a mailer at home communicating our commitment to inclusion as a core value. It's something that's been inferred by our cardinal value, but we believe it's time to declare it and shine a light on it. Today, as we celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. King, I ask that you keep talking to and listening to each other. Make inclusion a priority, and thoughtfully consider your role in creating a culture at Ohio Health that is inclusive for all. Thank you.